So this video is going to be a collective video for everyone. If you're watching this, then it was probably meant for you. And I hope that it reaches as many as possible. I'm going to be trying to put one of these out every day for now. If anything I say resonates or feels true, really resonates in your soul, please share it with as many people as you can, like and share it. I don't do tarot readings. I don't do private readings. If you want to donate, you can, but otherwise or donate to my PayPal. Otherwise, it's not necessary. But I am going to be currently working to cultivate the resources needed for space, equipment, for a business venture that I'm trying to get off the ground. And by trying, I mean I just thought it up. But I'm wanting and hoping to seek out people who have spiritual gifts like mine, where it's kind of hard to find jobs or be able to make a living using such gifts, and really, I guess it's more like a spiritual, like a private investigation or, kind of thing, I think, to help bring healing and answers to people who are having a hard time moving on from certain things, that keep them really, really stuck. Sometimes you need some answers. So anyway, there'll be more information about that later. Let's see. So it's really important for me to express all of the information that I receive and the knowing I have when it comes to our world and what we're seeing, all these changes and the changes that need to keep shifting and keep happening in order to help heal not just us, but the planet and the animals and everything that, these old paradigms have, the imbalances, these old paradigms have kind of shadowed and inflicted upon us. So I'm going to pull 6 cards probably, as often as possible, and just do my best to discern what the message is to get out there. And again, this is for everybody. This is for anybody. This isn't for divine, masculine, or feminine. This is a all intelligent beings who can witness or understand what I'm saying. This is for you. So again, just feel it in your soul and feel the truth in what I'm saying. So this deck I absolutely love. It is phenomenal. When I first got it, I don't know, the readings could kind of trigger a little bit because it does kind of go deep into some of like old emotional wounds and things that, needed to be brought up. So it took me a minute to really appreciate all that it offers. So the first card here that's the 7 of Fire. This is transformation. This is us as a whole, as people being comfortable with who we are. It looks like she's washing her face and, she's got a butterfly and everything. I just see that so many people are not themselves, are not taught. We're not taught to be ourselves. We're not taught to, accept people for who they are. We're more taught to accept people for the standard we have been told to live by and whether they fall short of that or not. It is so important to let people be who they are. It is so important to cultivate our children's gifts when they're young and put them in situations with many different people who can, help identify what they're good at and help them to grow from that point. Using a one-size-fits-all kind of, education and all this is not catering to the needs of our children, which is our future. We have to master this parent-child relationship because that's how we teach them to respect authority. That's how we teach them to know how to operate as a family, as a community, as a leader, we have to let our children be themselves. Of course, we're parents, so we want to, we have oversight of certain things. We keep them safe, of course. But when it comes to them as a person, you have to start releasing what you think they should be and let them be. and then work with what they've got. You know, we have people on medicine for being bipolar, and they're not bipolar. Not at all. They're psychic. They're empath. They are absorbing energy that is not theirs. And then they're called crazy. And then they're put on medicines that make it worse, that make them feel even less like themselves, and they don't know what's wrong. It's very important that we start to really look at the truth of what is going on. And if it's hard to understand or hard to accept, that's okay. Accept what does fit or what you can understand and let go of the rest. Because you're always evolving. You are always evolving. I have not wanted to put out these videos or these messages because I evolve. My understanding and my truth and my belief evolves and shifts as I get older. So something I truly believed and said 100% honestly a year ago, it could be different now because my understanding is different. So I've been very careful on what I put out there because I don't want this to come back and bite me. People to say, well, hey, look, you did this. You know, I don't want to be perceived or misunderstood. So it's really important that people use their own perception, which is what this card is. So we've got the Three of Air. You see he's reading, this is knowledge, this is understanding, and this is using your filter. You don't have to believe the same way as anybody else. You accept it however it fits into your world, you know, because that's really all that matters at a base point is you and that you're okay with you first, of course, like, which goes back to here, is being okay with who you are, comfortable with who you are, that we are all in the same boat here. We have great qualities. Every one of us has gifts. Every one of us is perfect and unique in our own way. And we all have that polarity. We all have another side to us. We're very we're complex. We're very complex beings. Again, I always say, just because I'm a nice person doesn't mean I can't be an asshole. We all can. That's the beauty of being human, being an intelligent being, being somebody who gets to choose and, live life and do whatever. I mean, so this is you also unlearning old paradigms, unlearning societal conditioning, the matrix, it's like it's undoing that which doesn't serve, because the way things were going, I mean, I've seen a huge shift, a huge change. It's not there yet, but we're getting there. We have to keep going. But the old paradigms were not working. It was literally you can only have such a imbalance for so long until it starts to go. It's polarity, and you have to go the other way. It has to go back around. It has to come back up, because with all the negativity and the distorted energies, and it's not just masculine. I hate this like feminist. I'm all for, of course, I'm a woman. I'm feminine. I am for women's, not women's rights. I mean, it's people. I'm a humanist. We're the same, or we're equal but different on purpose. I mean, we can't live without each other. Men need women, women need men. So we need to stop blaming all the problems on men. And yes, it's been a distorted masculine energy, but it's a distorted feminine energy too. We can't demand that men be one way, but we want to be however we want to be, or we want to wear the, wear the pants or whatever. It's okay. We can wear pants and dresses. I don't know. You have to find a balance. And you have to be respectful, though, too. You're not going to get anywhere with force. It doesn't work. You cannot meet something with the same force and think you're going to win. You can't. You have to readjust. You have to do it differently. We have to do things differently. Otherwise, it's going to continue to go down where people are uncomfortable with who they are. They don't accept themselves. They aren't able to blossom, and it creates a very negative energy which ripples out into the ethers. So again, we have to start to unlearn, break these paradigms. Marriage, I don't care what anybody says. If you are married but you are unhappy and you have children, why would you want to teach your children to be unhappy? Why do we want to own people? if you are with somebody and I don't care if you've been 20 years, if that person met somebody that they were a vibrational match with, it was a true love situation, and it was, something that felt in their heart, felt good, that they would be happy, why would you want to wage war on somebody as a partner, especially somebody that you're married to, that you dedicated, time and effort and whatever? I mean, why would you want to drag your children through ugly divorces and call the other parent names because they didn't choose to stay in a situation that wasn't fulfilling them or sustaining them in a way that made them smile every day or feel like they could get through anything? It doesn't make sense. How about instead of being huge, or waging huge wars in these domestic matters, it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, but try to tell your children, we loved each other, we created you, and that was our, greatest, product, or the greatest, manifestation of our time together. But we just don't, we're not, it's just different. We aren't in love anymore, and that's okay. We're allowed to fall out of love. It doesn't mean that we don't love that person anymore. It's just that we don't get excited with coming home and seeing each other every day. It's that simple. You grow up, you aren't always friends with the people you met in school. People change. You grow up. Your life takes you down different paths, and no one family is, perfect. I mean, and the more people that you can have to love your children, the better. And just relationships in general. Trying to keep somebody with you through means of selfish, terrible way. It's just terrible. It's wrong. And then you want to complain because you don't get treated right. It's not how it works. You are not capable of a mature, loving relationship if you cannot gracefully let go of somebody, period. Doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. It doesn't mean it doesn't make you feel uncomfortable, or it doesn't bring up pain or anything like that. It's okay to hurt over something like that. It's okay to grieve the relationship, but it's not okay to try to keep them by any means necessary. All that says is that you are not ready to receive the kind of love that is actual love. Because a lot of people do things for convenience and for reasons that are not love. Love is accepting always. Love is kind. Love is unending acceptance for anybody. It doesn't mean you allow people who are harming or doing bad things to continue. You always stand up for the innocent. You always defend that which is right, as far as, injustices go. But you have to have all the facts in those cases as well. You have to really know what you're saying and know the situation. People who want to jump on a bandwagon and, this Facebook group where, there's a good handful of people with great, really sage advice. And then there's a bunch of people who, off of one statement from a complete stranger, will just bash, it's a women's group. So usually it's a bashing men, or situations where they don't have the facts or didn't really look at the words enough to know that they're stating something that's way overkill for what was being asked. Like if somebody doesn't bring a gift for Valentine's Day or this or that, well, get rid of them. It's we have to start minding our own business, essentially, when it comes to that kind of stuff. If it's negative, it's not worth it. If you are out there putting out really good information or advice and you're inspired to help, and it's coming from a place of help and not hurt personal experience, always, always, always put your face in anyone's business, I say, anyway. But if it's negative and you're just putting fuckery out there, then why? What does it serve a person who's already hurting and asking for advice on a relationship? My boyfriend's gonna leave me, or is leaving me. He said this. Does this sound legit? And what does it serve to tell that woman, oh no, he's probably going to be with someone else? So you are already taking an ugly situation and adding more ugly to it. That does no good. Okay? So, time to break these paradigms. Age differences, racial differences, sexual preferences. It is not our place to harm people because of their preference. Period. And we have to stop harming people. For what? If you don't like gay people, then don't hang out with gay people. Do you? You know, you can definitely not like it and you can be honest about it. But unless you're going to use a tactful reasoning and express an opinion when it's needed or because it comes up for some reason, that's fine. Let's do us. But don't be a hateful person. I mean, I read something in this book actually, and it said, does your spiritual path or your religion or your practice, your spiritual practice, bring you or lead you to uplifting people regardless of who they are? Does it bring harmony and health and happiness? Or does it serve to make you more rigid? Does it serve to make you more hard? Are you more judgmental? You have to ask yourself these questions. My next point on that too, churches. There's nothing wrong with religion. I am spiritual and I know truth. I have more, universal truth. So I know better. But my biggest thing with churches and with the way the structures are now is that they teach you that you have to earn your place with God, instead of teaching you that you are already an heir. You are a child of God. It's already within you. You don't have to earn shit. You don't have to do or be anything other than who you are. It is your belief that you are disconnected from God that disconnects you from God. You are being robbed of your inheritance. You are being robbed of your divine place as the son or daughter of the living creator. You don't have to pray to God to tell God what your problem is. God knows because God's within you. When you pray out loud more, you're just telling entities that are not within you what you need, what you're hurting. God hears you. God knows. God is of the light. God is love. God is a parent. It's your parent that fucking loves you, loves every piece of you, and just wants you to love, just wants your love, just wants your connection, just wants to have you connected with love. So again, my only problem really with religion, I mean, anything, look at me, I shouldn't say that. It's not my only problem with religion, but it does bother me that people think that they have to do anything more than just love and be okay, be aware of who they are. It sucks. It's too bad. You can only disconnect so many people until, again, the energy goes so distorted that it's harming not just our planet, but it's harming, it ripples out, and it's sad. It hurts. It's very sad, especially those of us who are very sensitive or empath. You can feel the hurt and everything. We can heal this planet. We can bring back, and I know there's people who've seen the proof of this. Let's start to hone in on our gifts and figure out what it is that we can do to make sure that we still have a planet to come to when we incarnate, okay? Again, different but the same. I mean, this is root and sacral and solar plexus chakra. This is two of fire. To me, I see like pledging to yourself, even just be true to who you are. There's nothing that feels better than being true in all your broken, fucked up glory. We're all fucked up. Nobody's getting out unfucked. But it's all a matter of just accepting that we make mistakes, and accepting that, we're here to learn. We're here to know ourselves. That's why there's, the Father and the Son, to know it, yourself in your whole essence, to know yourself as different from something else, and, being okay in that. It's a beautiful thing. This is passion and power and grounding, be grounded. This one, I love this card. This is universal consciousness. This is tapping into that oneness of, a whole many that make up one whole, and tapping into that collective and knowing, that's the personality circuit. That's the God circuit. That's the divine connection. That's the Holy Spirit within all of us. When you see those synchronicities and all this crazy stuff, that's God. That's like, it's like a divine conspiracy. It's like, oh my gosh, wow. Or somebody will be talking to you and say something where you're like, I was just doing.
Mommy?
Hold on a second. Ava, I'm doing my reading.
Sorry, can I go in Hunter's house?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
Freaking kids, man. Anyway, so this is the oneness. The amazing circuits of divinity. Again, it's because it's already within you. Tap into who you are. So with the collective up here in your brain, you've got it up in the brain circuit. And then this is self. This is harmony with all things. This is the difference in polarity and duality. This is knowing right or not right, right from left, or up from down, or fat from skinny, or it's living harmoniously with a lot of different energies. This is us going, I don't agree with you. I don't really even like you. So I'm just not going to hang out with you. We're allowed, you're going to have respect that way. That's cool. You don't have to like me. Just don't hurt me. You don't have to like me. Just don't hang out with me. You don't have to like me. Just do you. Why be all up in my, trying to hurt me? Why do you have to bring me down? Or why do you have to beat me down? That doesn't make sense. And ultimately, this results in a new earth. This is the Ace of Earth. This is breathing life back into our planet, into each other. And you'll see it in nature. You'll see animals that are, natural, or we thought natural born enemies, become, we see different animals nursing, stray whatever. Cats and dogs, crazy stuff. It's not photoshopped. It's not fake. It's because we're shifting our consciousness. It's because we're making huge changes in the way our planet was going. Same once again with men and women. This is not a battle of the sexes. This is not about who's better. It's not about any of that. It's not about superiority. This is about making a legacy for our future, our children, our names. And, there's no honor in continuing down the path we were on. There's no honor in telling people that they're crazy, or telling women they're crazy. We are very complex, and it is proven that women have complex, very, very complex brains. We are not better. We are equal. But we are set up to discern, to divinate, to do things that men are not. Just like men are built to do things that women are not. We are the nurturers. Women are the life givers. We're the child bearers. If we keep women down and kept going the way we're going, you are snuffing the life out of all of us. Because women don't feel safe. We don't feel protected. We don't feel okay. We don't feel loved. Love a woman truly, and you will unleash something in her that will heal you. It'll heal children. It'll heal, being loved properly is very important. Women, myself, I still, to this day, I have heart, I'm a very balanced person, but it doesn't take much to bring out my masculine side. I have to be the masculine and the feminine. I don't have somebody, that makes me feel sad. I'm by myself with my daughter. Like, I have to be both. It makes it very difficult. That's not how we were meant to live. There's nothing better than feeling secure. And men, if you want a woman that's all these wonderful things, love her properly. I mean, I'll hang out with guys that are like, I just don't know why she's like this. I'm like, well, here I'm with somebody that's trying to, kind of come on to me, but, it's his wife that's crazy. I said, she's insecure because of how you act. Like, I would be too. It's not her fault. Like, we get hurt, we have to treat each other properly. Don't love somebody. Don't awaken somebody or not awaken, but what was that? I think it's Bob Marley or something. I might be wrong, but awakening somebody's love or, without any intention to love them. It's a serious thing, let's teach each other to care properly, let's call people out when they sound like they're in the wrong. There's no reason to agree with somebody who is inflicting harm with their words upon another and using your words wisely. Are you breathing life to people or are you taking it? So anyway, again, this is the new earth. This is the new energy. All these readers on YouTube about the collective and divine masculine, divine feminine stuff. What we're talking about is a love revolution or evolution or whatever. This is literally what the planet needs so that we can all coexist harmoniously. People being able to find true love relationships, and those of you who are on those kind of journeys know what I'm talking about, where it's like it doesn't matter, unfortunately, like this person is they're a vibrational match, so instinctually that your differences are really unimportant. You just kind of know that person is going to love you properly, even though you don't have a reference point for that because we're taught, different. Love is conditional. But those of you on these true love journeys know what I'm talking about. It's just a knowing. It's just a feeling. It's a deep soul knowing. This energy that is created from people truly being loved and feeling worthy, it's so healing. It is so healing. You don't have to do anything to come into union except it's acceptance. Let go of the shame and hurt and just be loved. It really truly is the most powerful form of healing you can imagine. It will create a new vibration, a new frequency that will heal our world. If you don't know that we're all made up of energy and everything is based off of energy, then you better do some research because it's the truth. So anybody getting in the way of those kinds of relationships are stopping themselves from being able to find true love, somebody who's perfect for them. Those kinds of people have a lot of growing to do still. They are not evolved. And quite honestly, that's, too bad. But it's time to step up and allow, what's meant to be, and let's start changing the way we do things. So anyway, thank you for watching. Again, if you resonate with anything I say and the kind of way this is going, then look back. I'm going to try to do this every day for now. Yeah, I don't know. Like and share, please. Thank you.